At the onset of the pandemic, traditions, ceremonies, and celebrations were uprooted. Graduations, birthdays, the prom, and even our presentations to recipients of the Jefferson Award for Multiplying Good. Last year, in the early stages of the pandemic, we honored an educator who has influenced thousands of young people for years. We sent him the medallion, but in our rapidly changing world at the time, we didn't get to tell his amazing story. Tonight, we fix that. Tonight, we highlight Mr. Roy Dobbs.
I was 12 years old. I was in 6th grade here at Team Galaxy in New Augusta North.
When Lloyd McKinney was just a 6th grader, he met a man who would change his life.
Mr. Dobbs, one of the first black men that was my actual teacher, the very first black male teacher I ever had in my entire life in 6th grade.
And 20 years ago, when that man, Mr. Roy Dobbs, was a young teacher himself at New Augusta North in Pike Township, he launched a program to inspire and lift up boys and young men. Now Dobbs is the principal at New Augusta North Public Academy.
What I wanted to do was give young men a space to thrive as individuals outside of the classroom. And I knew that they needed a unique program in order to do that.
A fitting name for the program, Young Men of Purpose.
The purpose of the program is just that, to give young men a sense of purpose.
And Lloyd wanted to be a part of that.
It was great having Mr. Dobbs say, hey, you'd be great for this program. I remember being so excited about it. I couldn't wait to tell my mom. And I couldn't wait to just be a part of Mr. Dobbs' legacy here in New Augusta North.
Mr. Dobbs' Young Men of Purpose program, known as YMP, focuses on building character, citizenship, and academics, planting a seed, inspiring boys and young men to give back, to volunteer.
More recently, we've gotten heavily involved with Wheeler Mission, Gleaners Food Bank, and Habitat for Humanity.
To stand tall, to take pride.
We would dress up on Thursdays at Pike High School, and we even did it in the middle schools, and just to see the young men taking pride in themselves, how not only they were making better choices and how they were working hard in the classroom, but just how they just overall carried themselves and the pride that they took in the program.
To excel, to contribute to their communities and to each other.
That was a transformation, because you had a lot of young men who went from never doing this before and not really knowing what to expect to anticipating the next opportunity that would come up to serve. And so it just became contagious.
I remember when I was in 6th grade, we used to actually meet after school. We'd come actually before and after school. He would either maybe show us a movie or we'd have some snacks, and then he would talk to us about some of those values that are listed in the book. So in regards to service, in regards to purpose or responsibility or accountability is always a big one.
The book is a publication Roy Dobbs eventually authored so other schools could easily incorporate this program. Over the years, he has helped more schools in Pike Township, in central Indiana, and other parts of the country launch YMP, creating a brotherhood of service and excellence in which older students mentor younger children entering the program. In fact, more than 4,000 students in Pike Township schools alone have thrived in YMP.
I just saw young men, just at an early age, just really become focused, determined individuals who really believed that they had a purpose in life. And then, as I continued to follow them, I was able to see them graduating from college, becoming doctors, lawyers.
And even educators. Mr. Dobbs taught social studies to Lloyd McKinney. Lloyd grew up to teach social studies for 5 years.
And so I remember thinking, like, man, if I can just follow in the pathway or the footsteps of Mr. Dobbs, and I'll be okay. And so I've been doing that.
And now Mr. McKinney is Dean of Students at North Central High School, aiming to change young lives the way Mr. Dobbs changed his. And he's so proud to see Mr. Dobbs sporting the Jefferson Award for Multiplying Good.
He should have had it years ago. And so I'm so happy that he's now getting his flowers now. This won't be the only award, I'm certain of it, but he deserves it.
They just tell me thanks. They say a lot of times, this program is the reason why I'm doing the things I'm doing today. And again, that's just a priceless feeling.
The Young Men of Purpose mentorship program has been successfully implemented in elementary, middle, and high schools nationwide. Mr. Dobbs also travels the country helping schools interested in the program implement it into their curricula. The Jefferson Award for Multiplying Good celebrates those making a difference in our communities, unsung heroes making a difference. If you know someone who deserves the Jefferson Award, nominate that person. Just go to WRTV.com, click on the menu tab on the top left-hand side of our homepage, and scroll down to Jefferson Award.